Hello everyone. So today we will be discussing about INX Media case and we will be particularly discussing about these topics. So who all were the persons involved? Number 1, Palaniappan Chidambaram, whom in general we call as P. Chidambaram. He is an Indian politician and former attorney who currently serves as Member of Parliament of Rajya Sabha and had formerly served as Union Minister of Finance and Union Minister of Home Affairs of India. Number 2, Karti Chidambaram. He is the son of Mr. P. Chidambaram and also a politician and a businessman. He is a member of Indian National Congress Party and had been selected to Lok Sabha in 2019 election. Number 3, Peter Mukherjee. He was the CEO of Star India from 1997 to 2007. After that, he quit the company and joined INX Media as a chief strategy officer. But later on, he quitted that company also in 2009. Number 4, Indrani Mukherjee. She is the ex-wife of Peter Mukherjee and also founder of INX Media. She was arrested by Mumbai police for her own daughter murder case, that was Sheena Bora murder case. What is INX Media? INX Media was formed by merging two companies, INX Media Private Limited and INX News Private Limited. It was founded by Indrani Mukherjee in 2007. Later, in March 2009, both husband Peter Mukherjee as Chief Strategy Officer and Indrani Mukherjee as Chief Executive Officer left their role at INX. And in August 2009 only, INX Media renamed itself as INX Media, and in 2017 it was acquired by Zee Entertainment Enterprises. So the channels provided by INX Media are all these. And do you guys know that INX Media is the largest music broadcasting TV channel in India? What was the case all about? Basically, INX Media is a very high profile money laundering investigation in India. But what is money laundering? If in simple words I would say, it is a mechanism of converting black money into white money. After establishing INX Media, Peter and Indrani Mukherjee needed some funding for their company to run. So they approached FIPB to grant them permission to receive overseas funds, and it was allowed, but with a cap of rupees 4.62 crore. Remember this word, 4.62 crore. Later on, INX Media approached for one more request, that was downstream investment. Now what is it? Downstream investment is an investment done by one company to another company, but it was rejected by FIPB. So till now everything was going well, but then INX Media did two mistakes. Number 1, FIPB allowed for rupees 4.62 crore as FDI, but INX Media took rupees 305 crore, which was a very high amount. And number 2, downstream investment was not allowed. Apparently, that was also done with 26%. Now, the real story begins. So when Income Tax Department came to know about all this, then FIPB asked Peter and Indrani why did they do so. Now, to hide their irregularities, they thought of approaching some powerful person. And as we all know, in India, the most powerful person is none other than the politicians. So they thought of approaching the then Finance Minister, P. Chidambaram's son, that is Karti Chidambaram. And the company in which Karti Chidambaram was director, that is Jazz Management Service Limited, was hired by INX Media as a consultant. Now INX Media is a little bit much more powerful. After that, INX Media gave some explanation for their irregularities to FIPB, and FIPB believed all of them and asked them to apply for a fresh proposal for downstream investment, which were earlier rejected will now be approved. Hence, this time downstream investment was approved. Now, INX Media had to give rupees 3.5 crore to their consultant, that was Karti Chidambaram's company. And then Karti thought if he would take all that money directly, he may come into trouble. So he decided to transfer all that money to his another company, that was Advanced Strategy Consulting Company. Now, everything was going very fine. But in 2017, ED filed money laundering case against Karti Chidambaram, INX Media and its directors. After that, what will happen? As usual, raid was done at their houses and their passports were seized. And many more cases were filed against Karti Chidambaram. Some of them are Prevention of Corruption Act and IPC Section 420. Then in 2018, Karthi was arrested for 1 month. After that, ED came to know about all his foreign as well as Indian properties, and after combining all his properties, it was worth Rs 65 crore. And later on, it was seized by ED. Then in year 2019, Indrani Mukherjee, who was already in jail for Sheena Bora murder case, became government witness and told the police that both father and son, that is P. Chidambaram and Karthi Chidambaram, took bribe from her. And all that money laundering that had happened was done under the then Finance Minister P. Chidambaram. Anticipatory bill was applied by P. Chidambaram, but his bad luck, it was dismissed by Delhi High Court. Later on, he was sent notice by the CBI and ED to appear before them, but he went missing, and after some days he was arrested at his house. He was sent to Tihar jail for 2-week judicial custody, which was extended till 17th October 2019. And on 22nd October 2019, he was granted bail by the Supreme Court. Chidambaram was in jail for 105 days. Now recently, review petition was filed by CBI against P. Chidambaram, but it was dismissed by 3-judge bench of Supreme Court led by Justice P. Banumati, A.S. Bopanna and Risesh Roy. And now what will happen and what will not happen, let the Supreme Court decide. So that's it for today. Thank you.